comes the next part. Well, how do you do this logistically? And I told you that I was going to walk you through what it was that I did, still do, and walk other people through in terms of developing a strategy. Now, will you have to find the time to cook at some point? Yeah. Will you have to sit aside 12 hours on a Sunday and meal prep? No. So there are some things that might have to change. Maybe right now you're like, you don't cook at all. And I mean this sort of sarcastically, it's not going to magically appear. So you may need to start getting that rhythm of cooking some nights a week, but this will make it easier. And in my opinion, this helps give you a strategy, which is the biggest thing that people miss, right? You walk in a grocery store with the anticipation of meal planning for the week, and you get in there and you're overwhelmed, right? There's a dairy section and a fruit section and a veggie section. And then there's all those aisles in the middle that we should stay away from. People say we should stay away from because they're packaged and they're convenience, and who knows what's in them. I can't even pronounce those words. How do I even begin to develop a plan? This sheet, which I believe is a part of your workbook, will help do that. So we've talked about these 4 things on the left-hand column, all serving a purpose in training and in your personal goals. These are the 4 most important things that every meal and every snack should have a part of, should be a part of during your day, because they all serve a purpose. They are all designed with an intent to progress you to where you want to be. They should be in every meal. We know that nutrition functions better as small trickles like a faucet, as opposed to a big fire hose and then nothing for long periods of time, which is basically a way of saying we tend to absorb and do better with nutrition regularly during the day, as opposed to eating a giant meal and then nothing, giant meal and then nothing, right? The distribution and all of those things tend to matter. What I do is at the top, I'll label either the day of the week or the week of the month, meaning if you have the time to cook every day, you could. Maybe you use this this planner as a way to set up your meals for the week, right? Maybe these are your lunches. So that's why that part of it is varied, but you still have this part over here on the left. What I then do is I attach a theme or a cuisine to each day. For example, Mondays might be Mexican or Hispanic food. Tuesdays may be Asian food. Wednesdays may be Italian. Thursdays we do breakfast at night at least. Gosh, probably more than once, way more than once, but for the sake of this, I'm going to say once. And then maybe Friday's barbecue, maybe Saturday is pizza. How amazing would that be? You know about nutrition now, so you get to eat pizza freely without feeling like you've done something wrong, right? But I attach a cuisine or some sort of a theme to each evening, along with those 4 main nutrients that are over here. All right, so we tracking so far? Got the 4 main nutrients. Days of the week, I'm attaching some sort of a theme to each day of the week. Now, I think that this is also in your workbook, because I know that, the folks that I work with, sometimes they don't know what category each of these foods have or where they fit. I create a list, and then I go through and I ask myself for each day of the week, what sounds good to me? If I go to a local Mexican restaurant, what do I like to eat? If I go to a local Asian restaurant, what do I like to eat? And I just write it down. I use this column. I go back here and I say, okay, well, I really love fajitas. What out of that protein column lets me have fajitas? Well, I love chicken. So that goes in the protein column for chicken. Well, I need some sort of a carbohydrate because I got that big training hike on Saturday. What goes fajitas? I could either go rice or I could go tortillas. I'll go tortillas. So I go tortillas. So on and down the list, right? So you got guac or sour cream or cheese for your fats. You can see the fiber in the fruit and veggies. You see the Asian food example with rice. So it's beef and broccoli, flank steak, sesame oil. You see the Italian one on Wednesday, chicken parmesan. This is literally what we do at our house. It's what I did in college. It's what I coach people through. And what this does, and this is the game. So this is kind of part 1. Now you have a grocery list, right? So you can literally put together a grocery list based off of what it is that you've put on this template. Then I get on my local grocery store and do pickup. And I put all of these things in every Friday at 9 a.m. I pull up, they put it in my car, and I go home. I'm not even in the grocery store. So if you feel like you don't have time to piece this together, I've just saved you a trip to the grocery. So you can take the time that you've saved there and create this list, and it will feel way less chaotic during the week. Because now, I mean, half the battle with meal planning is having the food in the house, right? And if you take a few minutes, and it'll take a little bit at first, but you'll get better at it, and it'll take less and less time over after a period of time. If you have the food in the house, this becomes easy. When you cook, make more, make double, because then you've got lunches, you've got leftovers, you've got so on and so forth. Very rarely am I ever cooking every night, almost never, as a matter of fact. So it takes as much work and effort to cook for 2 or for 3 or for 4 as it would just to cook more and then have some for leftovers. Again, part of it's preparation. You've got a template to lay out the strategy here. And so it'll walk you through each week. You don't ever have to wonder, oh, geez, all we're having is pasta tonight. That sure is a lot of carbs. Well, it's not so much that it's a lot of carbs. It's just that you're sacrificing other needed nutrients that are really important for longevity and performance and for health. So now this is a good way to not only make sure you're getting all of the components of the meal, but that you're also got a strategy which will allow you to have a grocery list, which will allow you to plug something in for your local grocery pickup. And it just saves you a tremendous amount of time and takes so much confusion out of it.